It's so chill you can't even hear me. Sorry, I just had to get my mic on. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh my goodness. All of a sudden it's having trouble running, that's funny. I think it's just because I'm streaming too, which is great. I might have to click out of some stuff on the side here. Okay, I think that helped a lot. Can't have the Twitch page open. I fixed everything. Well, maybe not actually everything. Also, feel free to let me know if the volume is alright and everything. It'd be kind of a big deal. I'm gonna close out some other things too, just make sure I'm not straining anything. Let you guys watch the intro, get some plot. I'm sure you're getting a lot of story out of this. You know, like that time the meteorite crashed into Earth and killed everybody. That was a good one. Liked that time. Okay, terminate that. Probably terminate this. Okay, we're more or less good to go. Let's play Monster Hunter and listen in. Maybe we'll comment sometime. It sounds alright. Alright, cool. Alright, so here we go. The 4-job Fiesta. This is probably going to be a complete train wreck, because I've never actually beaten Final Fantasy V before. But I'm making my first actual run of it a challenge run, which is always a good idea. Let's go. What kind of run are we gonna do? It'll fade in here eventually. In fact, it just faded in there on the overlay. So basically I'm doing a normal run with natural. So I'm not going too crazy here, but natural will make things a little bit interesting, because it means that I can't actually switch jobs for the duration of the game. Just to let everybody know, the first job that Gilgabot spat out at me was Black Mage, which means that Bartz has to be a Black Mage, and that's literally all we know right now. It also means that this stream has a hard cap, because if I somehow make it to the the Water Crystal, we are in trouble, because Kademia is not awake, and so cannot tweet the Gilgabot to get a new job. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Honestly, one of the things that always kind of got me about Final Fantasy V was, the fact that the jobs, were actually kind of, like, confusing to me a little bit. Like, I feel like I had so many choices with what to do and what to make, and all these different items and side quests and, like, just tons of shit in this game that you can do, that always sort of, like, distracted me from actually beating it. So actually, interestingly enough, I feel like the natural run is going to help focus. Like, it's gonna help me focus a little bit and be like, okay, well, alright, listen. Bartz is just a Black Mage. That's all he can do all game. All you have to worry about is Black Mage stuff. And I swear if I get a Berserker, I'm gonna be really mad. I'm going to be maybe even Berserk. Or go Berserk. Whatever. That's what I meant. Is it? Have you beaten Final Fantasy V, Volk? Out of curiosity? Because I've gotten... The farthest I've ever gotten in this game was the Fire Crystal, I think. Oh, hey, someone's here.
Hello.
Oh, hey, it's Scud. What's up?
Not much. I'm only around for about an hour, but...
Oh, okay. Well, you're just in time to be around for the first hour of Final Fantasy V. Universally renowned as the most exciting hour of Final Fantasy V.
It can be.
if that floats your boat. If running away to power up the chicken knife is what you want to see.
It doesn't have anywhere near the twists and turns and splinters of the late game, but...
No, not even a little bit. And it's not nearly as difficult either.
It can be.
Oh, maybe, yeah. So, did you know that wind actually could just flat out stop, by the way, as a physical phenomenon?
I mean, if there's a problem with the wind crystal, then yes.
Oh, shit.
Obviously.
So our physicists have been wrong for like a while, right?
Have you played a Final Fantasy game before?
You're, well, actually, no, never. Not in my life. I'm sorry, I forgot the princesses were allowed to dress up in, like, two-piece jumpsuits. Don't ask me how that can happen, by the way.
But yeah, you want to make the game real challenging? Challenge Shiva the moment you get to her.
Oh, why would I do that? I don't even have a summoner. There's not even a point. Like, that's the cool thing about this run, is it like, alright, Bartz is a black mage. Well, that means that nobody... Well, actually, wait. Is summoner one of the first job crystals you got?
No.
Oh, well, fuck. I could still get a summoner then, and that would be a pain in the ass. I won't know. Do you remember which crystal that is?
Water.
Oh, well, okay. So by the time I get to the second crystal, I know. So maybe I will go out of my way to challenge Shiva. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, have fun. It's really fucking hard.
I know it is. It was really hard to do when I had all the jobs. Right now, by the time I get to Shiva in this run, Scud, I can only have Bartz as a black mage, and everyone else has to be a freelancer.
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to use any other jobs.
Good luck with that.
When I had all my jobs, I had trouble with fucking Shiva. Oh, it's been a while since you played. For most people, I imagine it has been.
The main thing is, good fucking luck with, like, all of the Fire Crystal with only 2 jobs.
But Ion Gen, I started streaming, like, 5 minutes ago, and I said I would in the Discord. Ooh. Also, wait, good luck doing what with only a few jobs?
The entire Fire Crystal.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound too fun. I forget where Biblos is, but I'm not gonna have fun with him either, I don't think. Or the entire library section, frankly.
Yeah, the library's a pain in the ass.
So that's gonna be interesting. I know some common places that people have trouble on during Fiesta runs, but I don't, like... I'm not a Final Fantasy V, like, aficionado, so I have no idea what to do about them, even if I know that they exist. So that's gonna be interesting. Also, fun fact, I had this great plan to, like, name the characters after everybody. Like, I was gonna give you Galuf, and then I was going to, make Kadamia the foul-mouthed pirate, and then I was going to make Davida the brink, princess.
You mean Ferris?
Yeah, I mean Ferris. No, the foul-mouthed pirate with the purple hair. The match made in heaven.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's Ferris. I was going to make Davida Lena. Because, Pink Princess. With Gundam. Stereotypes, constantly. What is it about Japanese princesses and, like, constantly just being Gundam?
So you, technically speaking, you were going to make both, Kadamia and Davida as Pink Princesses, because spoilers!
Oh my god, you fucking, how dare you! Now they'll know. But unfortunately, Final Fantasy V is a very strange case. In 4, I think, you could name everybody. And I know in 6 you can. But in this game, you can only name Bartz. I don't know why. There have been mods that people have done to, like, hack into it so you can name the other characters, but it's complicated, and really none of them exist for the GBA version.
And I'm predictable, because I always name Bartz the same thing every time I play this game.
What do you name him?
Butts.
But
Because that's what his name was in the original, like, the early fan translations for...
Yeah, because they were like, Batsu. Okay, well, how do we translate that? Butts. Let's call him Butts.
Actually, I think it was Butts in the PlayStation version, too.
It probably was, actually. The PlayStation translation was also not very good. That's why we're playing the only good translation of this game that exists, also known as the Game Boy Advance version. As much as it is, like, you know, it was a huge undertaking to do the whole fan translation project on Super Nintendo, it's not the best.
I don't actually remember if it was Butts or not, but I do know that by default Lena was Draina.
Oh yeah, she was Draina. Why? No, I think she was just Reina.
Yeah, no, it was Reina.
Oh, okay, I thought I heard a D sound before that.
No.
No, yeah, because, like,
but
Rena, so like,
because
okay.
Reina.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same reason why, Rydia is Rydia, or whatever the hell, however you pronounce it.
Lydia?
Because, yeah, she was supposed to be Lydia, but since the translation was so beloved by people and that was kind of, she became an iconic character, they're just like, ah, fuck it.
I also like the fact that, Terra was supposed to be Tina.
Hey, Natara Sonotiri. Oh my god. Natara Santorini? Natara Santorini, I got it. I remember you. Also, I'm sorry, what was that?
Natara Santorini. I like the fact that Terra was supposed to be Tina.
Oh yeah, Tina, too, also. But I actually think they did that one on purpose.
That was on purpose because Tina in Japan is like a really exotic name.
Yeah.
But here, like in the West, it's really commonplace, so they had to come up with like a name that sounded like really exotic and foreign. So they came up with Terra.
Yeah, which is...
Because they were so very creative.
Well, yeah, you know. Hey, I mean, it worked. I'll give them that. Like, for all the badness of the Woolsey translations, the names were actually pretty good. Because they, you know, I mean, I assume they were because they kept all of them. Especially, like, Mog. He had to dig deep for that one.
Yeah.
Not very obvious. So, like most, adventuring heroes, our journey basically just ends the second it starts. They're just gonna leave on their own, and it's like, whatever, I guess I'm just gonna go back and... I don't know. Journey in the forest with my chocobo? I have no fucking idea what we're doing. Hey, we got it right, how about that? I'm also very sad, I thought you could name Boko, too. I thought you could name everybody, and you just can't name anyone.
I think you could in the SNES version, but I think they stopped letting you in the GBA version.
I don't think you... I looked this up, so, like, the mods that people most commonly had for the whole naming thing were on the SNES version. Although, a mod I did consider having for this playthrough was one that removed the portraits, because they bother me. Boko's portrait is fine, because he's a chocobo, and art isn't done by Yoshitaka Amano.
I don't know if it was the SNES version, but I could have swore at least in the PlayStation version you could rename everybody, because I remember distinctly renaming Reina to Lena.
Oh, huh.
But I could be misremembering, I don't know.
It's interesting. Because, yeah, I mean, I could have swore that you could name people too, but then when I played this one, it's like, nope, there's no naming way, there is no, like, you don't get an option when you get those party members. Although it is better than in, freaking I Am Setsuna. Because in that game, you can name everybody. The problem is that whenever you meet a new character and then it says, do you want to change blank's name, it's kind of a dead fucking giveaway that they're going to be a party member. There was one party member they didn't do that for until, like, you actually got them in your party, which I thought was okay. You know, like, they're at least... It wasn't a complete fucking giveaway, but for at least a couple other characters, it's like, they're trying to build this dramatic tension of who they are, and then it's like, do you want to name them? It's like, oh, fuck. Well, that's not helpful.
Yeah, I'm honestly, like, the whole being able to name your characters thing is, it shouldn't be in video games anymore.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Well, it's difficult, right?
It's strictly just a nod to the past at this point, and it's better to just give your characters actual names for the sake of storytelling.
I think when you have voice acting, like, that's the best way to do it. I still really am impressed with how Final Fantasy X was able to pull off basically full voice acting and still let you name the main character, because they just never refer to him by name. But, like, it's weird, right? Because I say that, and it sounds like it's going to be really clunky and unnatural through the whole game, but somehow you never notice.
Well, it's just a whole lot of you and he and dummy. I swear to God, Waka calls him a dummy at least once.
Probably. Dummy is a...
Or like knucklehead or stuff like that.
Yeah, they just call you things, they don't call you a person.
And of course, yeah, like, it's just a lot of you and he and Brutta.
And Brutta... Yo, Mick Parker.
And yeah.
And, oh yeah, and even in death, yeah.
Even in death. Sorry, it's even in... Death, yeah.
There you go. Guys, this Chocobo's a one-seater. I don't exactly know what you're planning on doing. As it should so happen, by the way, the Chocobo is as many a seater as you want it to be. Because thanks to the glorious rules of RPG physics, we can just all collapse into one central being for a little while until we feel like we need to split out again. Can I save that? Probably a good idea. What if the game crashes? That'd be terrible.
By the way, can I urge you to do a thing quickly, because it's really bothering me?
What's that?
So the frame thingy for the 4x3, that should go under the
oh yeah, why is that
main overlay.
You're right.
Because, like, it right at the top left of it, it's like blending in with where the chat should go.
You are absolutely
bugging me
right.
so much.
Okay, move that one up by one. There we go, perfect. I fixed it. I know I already said this in Discord, but I spent my entire night watching Space Jam remixes. So, like, you don't so much watch a Space Jam remix as you do. Yeah, now it looks a lot better. Yeah, you don't so much watch a Space Jam remix as you do, like, you know, listen to them, I would think.
Yeah. Also, seriously, the difference a 2-pixel shadow makes.
I know, right? It's crazy. That's something I have to keep in mind. So, our good friend Bart's here is the only one who starts with any kind of decent weapon. Lena starts with, like, a kitchen knife, and Gallop punches things. Because he's just an old guy who's passed out somewhere. I mean, what do you want from him? So, Bart's can kill enemies in one hit. In one hits, goddammit. In one hit. But, the others, they gotta... It's two for most of them. Kind of pain in the ass. Goddammit, I keep thinking that Lena and Gallop are gonna have their turns first.
Bart's can kill things in one hit, so everyone else can kill them in 2 hit.
Yeah, in 2. Yeah. It's funny, that basically, like, I think that is actually how they translated that in Final Fantasy, like, 3. They do, like, 2 hit. Because it's always one way or the other, right? They just can't, they simply cannot figure out how to program in, like, plurals.
Nah.
There's one, it's singular. If anything isn't one, it's not singular. The end. By
or
the way,
everything's singular, because who cares?
Well, yeah, you could also, yeah, 2 hit, whatever. Just fuck it. This is normally where I would subject you all to something that I'm not going to subject you to, at least not on stream. This cave is usually where I run away from, I think, 18 battles. to power up the chicken knife in advance.
This cave is usually where I spend 4 hours grinding so I can beat Shiva when I first encounter her.
Oh my god.
Actually, well, not exclusively this cave, but this cave is like the first of a series of 4 places on the way.
Very much important to beat Shiva on your first try, I guess.
One of which is a forest. But yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Listen, alright, Space Jam remixes are great. I mean, sure, maybe a little passé by this point, but kind of worth your time.
Yeah, truthfully, the reason they spend the time grinding to be able to beat Shiva the first try is so they don't have to spend time backtracking to beat Shiva, like, later.
Yeah, because that does take a little while, although I think pretty early on in this game you get an aerial, like, what, that counts as movement? But I didn't move! Oh, goodness. So, like, as soon as they landed from the... I might have turned. Like, basically, as soon as they landed from the little cutscene, like, it got me into a fight. I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, if you push it direct, like, turning on the spot, counts. Like, if you're against a wall, just turn, like, to the left wall and then, like, the top wall, if that's the corner you're in. It counts as moving.
Okay. God, it is, like, the back attacks are very annoying. Because they bump your entire party to the back row. Which means you do half damage.
Yeah.
I could just row switch them, I guess, but... Fuck it. Let it take a turn anyways, there's no real reason to. At least I take less damage, right? Right? The random battles in this game are just as bad as they are in a lot of, like, older RPGs. You get them constantly. I keep pushing Y to access the fucking, like, menu.
Yeah, a lot of classic games, it was like, they're too frequent and oftentimes take too long.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll give Lena the cap. She seems like she needs the armor, at least health. In some of the older Pokemon games. Oh, wait, oh, the random encounter rate? Not sure what he's referring to. Oh, hey, Lena can actually one-shot them.
Oh, no, the whole moving on the spot counts as movement thing.
Oh, right, yeah, that was a thing in Pokemon.
Yeah, that was, I remember abusing the hell out of that in old Pokemon games.
Would you just, like, turn in circles and never go anywhere to grind?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, I guess that's one solution.
Like, in the earliest Pokemon games, you could literally just walk against a wall to get encounters.
Yeah. That's kind of, admittedly, pretty humorous. Although, even as recently as Undertale, like, exploits like that exist, so...
Yeah.
Not too surprising, I guess. Yeah, I'm not a huge grinding fan either. You probably won't see very much grinding in this run, which is going to lead to hilarious and very difficult boss fights, probably.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy Gill Turtles.
I'm not going to. Nobody enjoys Gill Turtles?
By which I mean, I hope you enjoy getting fucked in the butt repeatedly. Because, that's what happens if you do grind in this game.
Yeah. By the way, it's kind of like, now that you bring up Gill Turtles, it's kind of stunning how many, just how many fucking enemies are flat-out references to Final Fantasy V and 14. Like, the first boss, I don't want to give any spoilers away here, but the very first, like, actual boss we have on the boat is the fucking, it's the Scorpion guy from, Sastasha Hard.
Yeah.
Like, the exact same boss. It's crazy.
Yeah, where do you think they got the idea for that?
I don't know, I thought they make up some things, alright? By the way, these are the worst pirates of their job ever. They're kind of just, they're so asleep that I can run around in front of them. They don't even, I can talk to them.
To be fair, and it's one of my favorite parts about this game, that's on purpose.
Is it?
Yeah, you realize this whole game is
the whole game is a giant
the
parody,
genre,
yeah.
right?
It's true. By the way...
They got to a point with this game where they were just like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to make fun of with the genre now, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. When I very first came on this boat, I was like, okay, so, like, they said stow away, so I'm gonna stow away. And then wait for somebody to go and actually pilot the ship. Like, you know, I can go down here. Well, as it turns out, there's a sleeping pirate down here. But, there's nothing else. Also, hi, somebody.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Davida. How's it hanging? As it turns out, you have to take the fucking helm, by the way, because these guys are so stupid, they think stow away means fucking hijack.
You literally just have to steal the ship.
Yo ho ho, time to cast off and stuff.
Alrighty.
I think the idea is supposed to be that, like, they said stow away, and Bart's is like, fuck that.
So I have still not played this. I've watched Fiestas and I've watched runs, but I haven't played it.
Well, that's okay. You get to vicariously live it through me.
Yeah, count yourself lucky. This game's fucking hard.
Like, assume that I am about as competent
I'm-
as you would be at this game, so...
Oh no. And you're doing a Fiesta?
I've played this game once before, and I've only ever made it to the fire
Fiestas
crystal.
are challenging for people that know the game inside and out.
It's true, but I'm doing a normal run for the most part. It's a normal natural. I'm not doing, like, Chaos Berserker or anything stupid.
Okay.
Thank God.
Like,
It could be worse.
I've played this game 5 or 6 times, and, yeah, never, ever, ever beaten it.
By the way, if, like, Pirates of the Caribbean has taught you anything, it's don't go around on pirate ships declaring your royal heritage and thinking you can boss people around. It's probably not going to work. Oh, 10, as in, okay.
Honestly, McParker, if you like RPGs at all, play 7, 8, and 9. They're all really good games.
They are. If you want to get a look into the past of, like, the first big storytelling game on fucking console that got popular, Final Fantasy IV. It wasn't a great story or anything, but it was a story. This one, on the other hand, is literally just a parody of everything.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
It tries to be serious at parts, but, you know, for the most
I mean,
part.
they throw in some serious plot elements in between the constant lampooning of the genre.
Yeah, pretty much. The entire main villain is basically one giant joke. You guys
He's a
should have just
tree.
played... No.
Yeah,
First
you
of all,
should realize that the entire joke is on you the moment that the main character is named Butts.
I mean, there is
he's
that.
the butts of every joke. It's also not his actual name, but...
Now it's Butts.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised they didn't make it like Batsu, actually. Like, you know, the main character at rival schools. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That sounds too good. We should just keep it Butts.
Okay. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but I didn't do this good naming thing. I did not name him Butts.
You know, every time I play this game, I name him Butts, because
Sorry.
what the
That's
fuck
his
else
name.
do you name him?
That's his name.
That's his name. It's the only acceptable name.
Spitting on his heritage.
I mean,
His Butts-based heritage.
I
Yeah.
even at one point decided to download a mod for Dissidia that changed his name to Butts, because,
Really?
like, that's his name.
I think actually, I forget in the Japanese version, because they had English, like, names for the characters in the Japanese version, too. And I forget if it was Butts or Barts. At least it's not like B-U-T-T-S. It could have been worse.
Worse.
Well, yeah.
That sounds strictly better to me.
Yeah, well, you know. Maybe. Also, as it turns out, the way to sail is not with motors. It's giant sea monsters. Or, I guess more specifically, just the head of a sea monster. Because that's all we ever see of Sildra in the entire game.
Oh, McParker's playing Persona 4?
Yep. He's been
I
playing
see.
Persona 4 for the last, like, 2 years. I was wondering if he was ever gonna finish it. I guess he's up to Shadow Mitsuo, so he's farther than, like...
Not that far.
Well, yeah.
Not that far.
Comparatively, no. He's still got a ways to go. There's, like, what, Well, I don't know if I want to spoil anything.
I'm just saying that's like... roughly... I actually forget. I would
Like
say like...
3/4 of the way through, I think, right?
What? No.
Isn't it? Because, like, that's the
that's-
first big fake-out.
Yeah, but in terms of overall playtime, I think that can be like construed as just over half.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, it might be. Also, we could just go and stop in the towns. There's not really any kind of purpose to it, though, before the Wind Shrine. I could get magic that I can't use, and weapons that I would pick up here anyways, and waste a bunch of time. That's always cool.
Wasting time is cool for cool people.
Yeah, only for cool people. Oh, you have been
Cool people waste time.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
it's an RPG, the entire point of the genre is to waste time.
Good point. Also, we never left the shrine because I guess we got locked in here? So, Davida, why don't you explain to me how it is that wind works, and why it is that a crystal can make it stop in the realm of physics?
The crystal gets chilly, and it slows down its vital crystal processes.
Oh, I see. That makes a lot of sense then, actually. So I guess that's
You need to
what we gotta-
store your crystal in a warm but dry environment.
But okay, so like I guess we're the 4 warriors of light because we have to go and like charge crystals, right? We have to like
But I mean,
This joke.
but you should have responded to that with, but it's a water crystal.
Oh my god. But it's not, though.
Didn't you say water?
No, it's
I
wind. The
thought I
first
heard
one's
water.
wind.
Wind? Oh, okay. Wait, then why would the wind make it stop?
No, I'm saying that, like, how is it that a crystal, right, can cause the wind to stop just because it's the wind crystal?
Wow, I heard that completely backwards. I heard that as, why would the wind make the crystal stop?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a... Oh, yeah, that is backwards, actually, right.
That's completely backwards. Yeah.
Really backwards. Also, so, yes, apparently Jazz did tell me something about D&D. And I think, actually, wait, I think Megamiter is in on that, too, which is interesting. I do not know anything else about that, though. Did I go the right way? Shit, I think I went too much the right way. If such a thing as possible. There we go. Gotta have those leather caps, really important to the continued survival of everybody.
Super important.
If you don't have leather caps, you might as well just go die. No.
You will, because you don't have a leather cap to protect you.
Exactly, right? Just head trauma for days, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so here comes a mini confession thing. I actually don't like... If somebody stopped and asked me, so Gemini, how does wind work in real life? I wouldn't actually be able to tell them. Why is there wind? I don't know. Probably a wind crystal.
Yeah, totally.
If I'm not mistaken, it has something to do with pockets of warm air contract, and then, like, currents of colder air moving into the space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, temperature causes, like, low and high, areas of pressure.
Oh, and pressure just kind of is wind.
Yeah, it's just the movement of air into spaces that have been, opened up by, like, a lowered pressure.
Alright.
Any more detailed than that, I'm like, no, I don't know.
So that one, like,
Yeah,
tribe from Lost Odyssey that went around trying to find the origin of the wind for centuries, just, they're never gonna find it.
Probably not,
That
no.
story's very
I think that's, like, partly, maybe a theme in that story.
Well, yeah, one, definitely a theme in that story, two, probably just a very poetic type of
I
thing
mean,
in
that
Lost Odyssey.
all those, like, text stories in Lost Odyssey were trying pretty hard to be poetic.
Yeah. I like that in this game, they have the balls to just make rooms that have nothing in them, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's either very, like, it's either very, like, on purpose, weird level design, or they just didn't care, or some combination of both.
Yeah,
It's hard
much.
to tell with this game.
It is, like, yeah.
Honestly, based on everything I know about the game from my time playing it and seeing people playing it and just, like, everything about the way this game is presented, it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Especially because it goes from just being empty rooms to being straight up trolling in the late game. Like, here's an empty room, but if you step in the back corner, you'll fall through it down into a room with a chest. But then you're locked in the room and you have to fight it, like stuff like that.
Actually, wait, there's one really bad thing in this game. I think there's a thief in one of the jail cells. I don't think this is 6. And if you free him, it's literally just a bad thing for you. He takes a bunch of chests from later on in the game that contain really good things.
Don't do it. Don't
It
be
just
stupid.
fucks your save.
Oh.
It's really messed up.
Do not let Lone Wolf out.
What an asshole.
That's some. I bet they stole that from Dark Souls.
You're right, they did directly. I think Dark Souls, like Final Fantasy V, was the Dark Souls of RPGs before Dark Souls existed.
My God.
Certainly difficult enough to have been.
Think about that. But yeah, actually, I guess they, like, that was an element in 6, too. Like, there was a guy you could free from the dungeon, and a thing would happen, but it was like, you know, you had a choice between a party member who kicked ass, or a hairpin you could get another of later in the game. But at least it gave you something, it didn't just literally take things away from you. It's not like in fucking Gilgamesh in 6, where, like, he takes shit, but the chests never contained anything anyways, because it was just a scripted event. No, it's just, you actually lose stuff.
Yeah. Amusing note, it's actually the exact same character. In both games.
Lone Wolf is?
It's Lone Wolf the Pickpocket in both games.
Okay, yeah. Well, Gilgamesh is the one who steals something from you in 6 also.
Well, yeah, but the
Not
character
the Gilgamesh.
Yeah, but the character you free is Lone Wolf the Pickpocket.
I think actually Lone Wolf might have been in Final Fantasy 2 as well. I remember there being someone
he was only in 5 and 6.
Oh, never mind. There was some asshole you could free from a dungeon in 2, and he was, I think actually in 2 he was helpful. But in every other game, like, don't free anyone from dungeons. It's a bad idea. Also, yeah, moon controlling the tides. We're not even up there yet. That's the water crystal. How do you make the water stop moving when the moon is still fully operational? I don't know. Could have played the last game to figure that one out. You actually went to the moon.
But yeah, Lone Wolf is first seen in prison in Wall's castle. The party can select to free him or leave him captured. If he is freed, he will steal several treasures from their chests in dungeons elsewhere in the world, and the party cannot get them. That's all he does.
It's not even like not even a trade-off. It's just like
and some of them, like the Blitz Whip, are really good fucking items.
Yeah. I guess even that's kind of a parody of the genre, because in almost every other RPG I can think of, like, you always free the guy from the dungeon. And it's like, what the fuck, are you crazy? This guy was arrested. He's put in jail for a reason. Holy crap, what's wrong with you?
I think that was a play on, I think there were, in 2 and maybe in 4 as well, characters in prisons that you could free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was in 2. Yeah, you got the move in Final Fantasy IV. It's awesome. I mean, that's a little bit of a spoiler because it's like endgame, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah. But like, I think the whole point of Lone Wolf in this game was supposed to be a play on that, like, oh yeah, if you let him out, you actually kind of pay for it because he was in jail for a reason, idiot.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Instead of the constant, like, oh, you set somebody free from jail and don't pay any consequences for doing it.
Yeah, because, like, setting someone free from jail is a kindness because they're in jail, so, like,
which
I don't know.
Which later evolved in Final Fantasy 7 and 8 into, there's just a point where you get broken out of jail.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You'd be surprised how many RPGs that happens in.
Actually, did that happen in 9 too? I think that happened in 9 too.
I think so, yeah. I think you do get broken out of jail in 9. Oh, the dagger is actually better than the knife.
And then in 10, they just willfully let you out of jail into a place you're supposed to die in.
Yeah, but then you totally don't, because you're awesome. And then they toss you into, like, a water jail or something, and you kind of swim out.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you're referencing.
And then playing Final Fantasy 12 just feels like being in prison.
Natural evolution, I think. As does 13. No, we don't. I don't have an explanation about
No, Final Fantasy 12 makes you feel like being in prison. Final Fantasy 13 makes you want to be in prison.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, I don't even know about 15. In Final Fantasy 15, it holds your frame rate hostage in prison.
It doesn't matter, because Lightning Returns makes you want to commit suicide, so you're already dead.
And then you never got to experience 14, which is very sad.
Fun fact, I don't exist. I'm not alive. I've completed Lightning Returns.
He's passed on, yeah. He's no longer of this world.
I'm the ghost of Scud.
Good to know. So, in case you guys missed it, story-wise, what just happened, essentially, is that, King Tycoon, sort of, his spirit was bonded to the crystals, and then, we became the elements of harmony, and now we have to go and stop, evil Queen X-Death.
But first, grog, 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 pirates.
Yeah.
Don't forget to play the piano.
I can't actually play this piano, because they're blocking me. I never figured this one out. This piano, I don't know how to get to it.
I think it's just later, you get a chance to...
Yeah, I think I have to come back. Oh my. I did not mean to... Oh dear.
Okay, I think it's after you've left, you get a chance to play it.
Well, I sat down for the lap dance by accident. That's okay.
Good. Do it.
It's part of the adventure. He also kidnapped a random dude.
Also, there's...
Oh, that's how I do it. I fucking make them do the lap dance and I can get to the piano.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's also appears to be a dude in a green hat in the, like, near the bottom of the stage. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Huh. Green hat, you say? Oh, I see what you mean. Could just be a fern. Also, that's kind of a recurring thing in this game. Yeah, there is a dude in a green hat. Oh my.
Yeah, the whole piano thing is,
Like, Bart starts out sucking at the piano, and then, as he plays more, he gets better at it. Is there a purpose? I don't think so. I forget. Oh, maybe if you were a bard? No, I don't think that's how that works.
There is something for it, I'm trying to remember.
Emmett Parker, this was back in the day where you had to use your imagination. Sure, they might just be spinning around, but hey.
Once you've played all 8 pianos, you show your skills to the bard in Crescent, he gives you the Hero's Rhyme, which is a bard skill.
Oh, so it is actually a bard thing. All right.
Yeah.
Well. So hey, by the way, I never really talked about it, but this Ferris character is supposed to be mistaken for a dude for about the first 20 minutes of gameplay. So yeah, there's a little bit of misdirection going on here with the fact that it's a she and not a he.
Also, yeah, apparently in the iOS version, playing all 8 pianos earns you the achievement Piano Master.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess there would be achievements in the iOS and Steam versions, but we're not playing those because they're garbage. Not that they're garbage gameplay-wise, because gameplay-wise I hear they've actually improved a decent amount of things and added new classes
They
and
haven't
stuff,
really
but
changed much.
they added a few new classes, none of which I'm that interested in, like Gladiator, for instance. But really, I think this game has enough classes as it is. And especially for, like, a run like this, I don't even know if the 4 Fiesta supports those.
Gladiator was in the Game Boy Advance version, too.
Oh, really?
Like, all the jobs they added were originally added in the GBA version.
Uh-huh, I didn't know that. Alright, well, we need a rod and broadsword.
And, like, A, none of them are relevant to this run, B, there's only one of them worth a damn.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh crap, that's right, because... So, Ferris is kind of like taking a day off. So she's not in the party right now when we're going around shopping and stuff, but she comes in to, like, so I can equip stuff to her. But I can't equip stuff to her, actually, it's just so I can sell stuff that's on her, because she runs away before I can actually open the damn menu. Caps for everybody.
The only additional job worth getting requires beating Enuo, and good luck.
Enuo? Oh, yeah.
You know, the GBA version added side boss.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't use any of those anyways, because we're playing Honest Man's Fiesta. No, I can't have a one mage.
Yeah. Super bosses are hard, so...
Yeah, I would believe that. So we need to go and talk to Zoc. So I'm kind of sequence breaking a little bit here, because, like... I guess what you're supposed to do is go and find out that the gate is locked first, and then you have to be like, oh, well, there's this guy called Zoc, and he's got a key to the thing that's locked. Well, we never went there, so, you know. That's fine. By the way, I would have just loved if the game had actually kind of ended here. You know how they do with the whole, like, heroic fetch quest thing constantly, where it's like, well, I have the key, but first you gotta get me, like, you know... They're like, sorry, I lost it. Game over. Someone was irresponsible with their belongings.
And welcome to Final Fantasy V.
Yeah, it's just true. Although, actually, it's a little bit of misdirection here, too.
It's like, here's the thing that happens in RPGs. How can we turn it on its head?
Oh my god. May I present Burger Golf? May you? Let me see. Oh my god, if I can find it. These repainted just keep getting stranger. And now we're straight up, like, Hardee's. Oh my goodness. You guys should have played the best Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger! If Kademio was here, that would have been his choice. Also, there is no Chrono Trigger Fiesta. Mostly because, I mean, you know... I don't even know if there's challenge runs of that. Well, there are, obviously, but, like... It's just not the same, man.
It's okay. One of these days I'll do Final Fantasy VIII 1 Fiesta.
1 Fiesta? That's totally possible, too. It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Also, why did young Bartz have blue hair? Like, bright blue hair?
He was going through a phase. Leave him alone.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, it's a hair dye at the age of 6, you know. Happens to everybody. I don't know if I trust this guy. Going in, peeping on people's dreams. Nothing, just kind of being here reminds me of my dead parents, who are dead, by the way. Also, I'm Batman. Actually, my favorite part, there was a guy who wrote a big guide on Final Fantasy V and, like, why freelancers are a ton of fun to play as. And he basically said that, like, freelancers in this game can do literally everything. They can cast any magic, they can, like, fucking, as long as you give them the job abilities. They can, like, use items and break rods and, like, wear any armor and have anything. So he's like, basically, you're Batman. And so he named fucking, but yeah, Buttsman.
Butts
That's what he
man's
should have
ass.
done. Fucking hell, man. And the
Okay.
character Batman.
I mean, you could do that, or you could do what everyone does because it's the better option and make all 4 of your characters red mage.
Well, you could do that, yeah. That's always no.
Because
no green Lord
because with the proper setup, red mage is fucking broken in this game.
It is. Did he give us the key? I clicked through a bunch of dialogue. I think he gave us the key. Shit, I don't remember. I'm gonna go back and make sure he gave us the key. Yes, okay, he did. Okay. Okay, we're fine. Don't worry about it. You know pretty much nothing about Final Fantasy, so none of this makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense? What about red mage is nonsensical to you? They're a mage, they're red, they cast all the magic. And you know, isn't red mage kind of redundant in this game now that I think about it?
Hmm?
Well, I guess the thing is, right, they have one command called red magic that is both white and black, so they don't have to
Yeah,
do the...
you don't have to use the job system to have both.
Right.
Which frees up the job system for you to get better things. Which is why they're so goddamn broken.
It does, yeah. Also, Ferris just retired from being a pirate. It was getting old anyways. As you'll notice, plot points in this game stick around for maybe about 10 minutes. And then they're gone.
They make about as much sense as a hair color.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like, Ferris clearly has pink hair.
That's true.
But, Yoshitaka Amano...
Listen, Amano never got,
Disagree.
like, any of the memos. Like, there's a lot of problems here.
You could have just ended that sentence with, but Yoshitaka Amano.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, I wish, honestly, that I could edit the portraits out. Because they don't work. Like, good portraits, like in I Am Setsuna, I think kind of enhance things, especially when the portraits have, like, facial expressions. But, otherwise, it's just, I mean, first of all, they don't even match the character on screen, and secondly, they don't even, like, they're just kind of there.
Well, yeah. That's basically all you could ask for back then.
Yeah. Like, Lena could be
Just, like,
really angry right
draw
now, and
us
you'd
a-
never know.
Draw us a portrait. Okay, here's... I heard the name once, and here's what I think the character looks like. Okay, we're using it.
Yeah, that's how it was back in, like, the SNES, like, Final Fantasy IV and stuff. They didn't... Because back then, when they did the portraits, like, in 4 and 6, they didn't, like, do Amano's artwork at all. They just kind of did, like, what they thought the character looked like. Which made it kind of goofy when you compared it to actual Amano stuff, which is what they replaced all the fucking artwork with in the GBA versions, and it's like, ah!
Yeah, well, and it's like, they originally just kind of made portraits that looked like what they thought the characters looked like, and then later on, they would use Nomura's art to actually unify what the characters look like in all places, like portrait, character design, etc.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they still go back to the passing games like, nah, we'll just use the Amano art that looks nothing like the character sprites.
Yeah, I kind of blame, like, Dissidia for starting this, by the way. Because it wasn't really until, like, even 7 and 8, like, had portraits that were obviously not drawn by, like, Amano. But, well, actually, and so did 9, yeah, they were just, like, the instruction booklet drawings, which were just, like, you know, artist renditions of what their models looked like. It was easier back then, well, it was easier in the PlayStation versions, because, like, they had 3D models to work with.
Yeah.
In the Super Nintendo versions, it's like, alright, here's a sprite that's like 5 pixels wide, you gotta guess what the hell this is supposed to look like in context.
In progress, so far the only job we know is that Bart's is Black Mage.
Yeah, the only job that, so here, how this works basically is every time you get to a crystal, you tweet Gilgabot, with like a hashtag earth, hashtag water, hashtag wind, whatever, and then he spits a job out at you. So we've gotten only to the wind crystal, so we have one job, and Bart's can only be that one job. And
You
only
have
Bart's can be that one job. You had one job! Yeah, basically. I don't entirely understand how the rod works, by the way. Maybe there's, like, somebody who researched this more than I did, but the damage almost seems random. I'm supposed to be able to use it from the back row and, like, do full damage as a black mage, which is cool and everything, but I don't have no fucking idea how it works. Because sometimes it does no damage.
He doesn't have no fucking idea.
I don't have no fucking idea, you're right. So I have a great fucking idea.
There you go. All
hate
back around.
You had a great fucking idea. It was called playing Final Fantasy V.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm being sarcastic when I say great.
Well, you know, it'll be fine.
It
I'm
was
a magic man,
fucking
yes.
idea.
It's going to be fine up until it's a complete nightmare.
Well, yeah. Admittedly, like, Black Mage as a first draw is not bad. I could have gotten something worse. I could have gotten Blue Mage, which only gets good late game.
This is true.
Put the rod on, for God's sakes. I think the rod's gimmick is that it deals magic damage, so that might explain why it seems to do a lot less to some enemies. Also, Octokrakens. They're like tiny Cthulhu. Yeah, that did 2 there, for instance. It's not supposed to do 2. Oh shit, I should have bought, like, potions and stuff at the end. I might have trouble now. Let's see. I have 8 potions. Well, we'll have to make these last. Imagine Palace of the Dead, but instead it's, Final Fantasy V. So in other words, it's nothing like Palace of the Dead. Oh, here's a pet peeve of mine, actually. MP is not, like, shown on your main, like, character menu here, just HP. That's the only number that ever appears.
I mean, Game Boy Advance game. Also,
this is not an excuse.
Also, really early RPG.
That's also not an excuse because, like, 4 had MP numbers, for God's sakes. Like, this game just chose not to, because I don't fucking know. Maybe they had a good reason. Also, hey, remember that first boss thing I was talking about a while ago? We're already there. Well, I guess we fought the Condor, but that didn't...
Also, 4 Advance doesn't actually show you MP either.
Really?
Yeah. None of the GBA ones do.
That's... Oh, well, maybe 4 didn't actually show. 4 did a different thing where it had, like, current HP / maximum HP.
Yeah.
Whereas 5 just has a flat number, and you're like... You just kind of have to know what max HP is. Remember to use the Phoenix down on the train. That's Final Fantasy VI, Parker. Also, you have to suplex the train first. Otherwise, it won't work.
You don't.
No, otherwise it won't work. Okay, it's
Never
kids
mind.
Carlos. Yeah, that was just a donation incentive at AGDQ. You don't actually have to suplex the train, obviously. Thunder.
So, for anybody who's confused, by the way, about what Final Fantasy V is all about, it's about a dude who's actually a chick, some comedy stuff, and then a whole lot of pain and suffering.
Oh, yeah. Like, immense amounts.
Yeah, on the part of the player.
Well, yeah, not on the part of the
thematic,
characters.
It's a thematic consistency that the player also feels suffering as the characters do.
Right.
Well, what's great is that the characters don't actually feel that much suffering. There's still a lot of comedy going on throughout the end of the game, but you hate yourself by the time you're done because this game's so goddamn fucking hard.
Well, yeah. Hey, man, you can duplex the train? Duplex it!
Duplex. Yeah.
You get in the two bedroom. Alright.
Is a double suplex a duplex?
I don't
Yeah,
think the
you wrestle.
suplex stands for... Wait, you wrestle? Yes, God.
You wrestle.
Wait, Bart is a chick? No! Not that one. The other one. The pink-haired one is actually not a guy, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, Galuf. Galuf is a chick.
Yep. Yeah, it's Gallup. You're right.
Yep.
Great.
What's funny is that's actually more true than you realize.
In a manner of thinking? That's a very, like...
Well, eventually.
That's also kind of a spoiler, but that's okay. Maybe.
But it doesn't,
Pikachu
but it doesn't matter
very...
because she's the exact same character functionally.
God damn it, stop that. It's getting worse.
Very worried here about spoilers for this game from...
there is exactly one plot twist in this game, and he's about to spoil it.
Before a lot of the viewers were born. I don't know.
Remember that time they killed Labbits and then gave us a longer-haired version of the exact same character?
Harpoon!
Gust of wind.
Dance.
Dance.
Yeah, there we go. When you suplex the toilet, it's called a luplex.
Actually, I forgot. Damn, this game is before I was born.
Yeah, I know, right? This game was before I was born.
Holy crap.
Or no, it's not, actually.
when you hang on.
Final Fantasy II was when I was first born on the Super Nintendo, 1991.
Jeez, yeah, this apparently 1992 is when this game happened?
Yeah, I was 1 year old when this game came out.
When you suplex a baked egg-based dish, it's a souffle.
Oh my god.
Well done.
You know, apparently it is called, like, some commentators do call it as a souffle.
Yeah,
even though
some commentators are fucking retarded.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's how it's pronounced. Because it comes from the French souplesse.
Although, it wasn't... That's the initial release. It wasn't released in America until 1999.
That's very neat, sort of. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, no, because, like, the first version of Final Fantasy V ever released in America was the PlayStation 1 version, which, I remember, like, going to Blockbuster
because Final Fantasy
and
V
seeing that.
was thought completely unmarketable.
Yeah. Which is
And they were
interesting, because
kind
they
of
marketed
right.
4, but...
I mean,
But 4 isn't... this hard.
That's
and,
true.
And also this overtly dumb.
That's also true.
So here are the two reasons that we never got Final Fantasy V. One, it's too hard, which they alleviated with 4 by giving us the easy type version.
There you
Well,
go.
yeah, there.
Like the American version of Final Fantasy IV is known in Japan as Final Fantasy IV Easy Type, which is an incredibly dumbed down version of the game.
It is, yeah. Well, to be fair, like, I actually enjoyed that I got that, because Final Fantasy II on Super Nintendo was the first RPG I ever beat entirely when I was really young, so, like, I'm happy I had something.
Funny is Final Fantasy IV Easy
See-
Type is still pretty hard.
It has moments towards the end.
It does.
Zeramis
but-
is still, like, you know, not that easy.
But I mean, it's just a matter of like the normal version is that much harder. Is the
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
But like, and then there's also the fact that we only got 2 out of 4 Final Fantasy games, so kind of the comedy playing on it all probably wouldn't have hit home nearly as well here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, see, here's the thing, though, right? Like, we got Final Fantasy 1, which is, by most accounts, on the NES, like, probably the hardest game in the entire series just by sheer virtue of, like, what the fuck? How many problems could this game have? Like, I think actually 1 might be still harder than this game, because at least this game functions on a basic level. 1 is like, okay, and that stat's broken, and that stat's broken, and wow, that one doesn't work, and oh boy. This is just a mess. Also, in Final Fantasy 1, if you tried attacking a target that died, it would just delete your attack, because, you know, why not? I should have submitted to play Revelations. What the hell is Revelations Persona? I know what Resident Evil Revelations is.
Apparently, there was a point, especially because of the difficulty, where they were planning on releasing... Because originally Final Fantasy V was going to be Final Fantasy III in North America.
Oh.
But then they made the decision, like, it's too hard, the tone is too different. So they originally planned to release it as a standalone game, rather than part of the Final Fantasy series, and then it later was going to be released as Final Fantasy Extreme, and that never happened either.
Final
Apparently-
Fantasy Extreme.
Revelations Persona was the official name of Persona 1.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, the first Persona game was called Revelations: Persona.
That's interesting.
I
Also,
actually
no.
didn't know this either because I never bothered to look it up.
No, me neither. Like, I knew that Persona 2 had, like, Innocent Sin and Eternal Grinding.
Speaking of Persona, though, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, there are a few new like gameplay videos for Persona 5 put out like today, and
Oh, have there been?
why is it that we have to wait till next year to get the best game ever?
I know, right? I thought it was gonna come out this year. I was all prepared for it and everything.
It's fine, we can wait, and Jesus Christ, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, Academia is in fact not here. He is also in fact most likely asleep. There's a lot of most likelies.
I doubt that, or maybe, I don't know.
Well, that was
Possible?
the case yesterday and the day before.
I mean, if he's asleep, it's for good reason.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely it is. Like he's talked about this in Discord, which is why, like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get the chest. Yeah, doing this without a white mage is gonna be interesting because no cures ever. But so wait, okay, so like we've seen a lot stylistically about Persona 5, but I want to know a lot more about it, like gameplay-wise, you know? Does it look like it's going to be more true to like the older Persona roots, or like is it gonna just?
No, it totally looks. It totally looks like it's bringing back some things like demon negotiation.
Yeah, and the whole gun
But-
and like attack.
Well, yeah,
things.
having separate gun as in addition to your a gun attack and a physical attack. But like, I mean,
Technically.
to be fair, not as far as I know, not a ton has changed about Persona gameplay over time. And in terms of like the battles, like they've always had like basically the same status effects and the weakness system being like adding turns and whatnot.
Yeah, I remember a ton of
All-out
people
attack was
complaining about that
added.
lately. Yeah.
All-out attack was added, so it's like, I mean, technically it's still bringing back some of the classic things while still, I mean, containing all the modernizations of 3 and 4, basically. So I don't really know whether to say it's more like an old or a new Persona.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like, yeah, it's a throwback in like a
Not
few
really.
ways, but you know.
I think it's just kind of like trying to get together all the mechanics that people liked.
Yeah.
That basically seems to be it.
It's
It's
trying to
like
make the
it's not
Persona
it's
game.
not really taking away anything to make it more classic. It's just adding in things that were taken out because people expressed that they liked them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even though Demon Negotiation is pretty annoying, I get why people like it.
Yeah, it's interesting, certainly. Also, yeah, the plot
And-
point finally dropped. Like,
Yeah. And as far as like physical attack and gun it being separate from like gun shooting attacks is, I mean, it's just you can basically just think of it as like one more element to deal with.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and you can think, maybe some people think Persona games are already kind of complicated gameplay-wise. I was always a little
Not
bit back
really.
and forth on that. I don't think so. Like, at least not in terms of the actual battles. There's a lot of prep stuff in Persona games, but
It's mostly prep.
yeah.
It's mostly prep.
Yeah, the
Once you
actual
get into
battles are
battles,
pretty
it's like just hey, press weaknesses. Don't get fucked by whatever the enemy do. Don't get fucked by whatever elements the enemy throws at you.
And oh my god, is that a golden
Be
hand?
prepared for status effects and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Mega Miner, yes, this is technically a charity stream, although it's just because the 4-Job Fiesta is for charity.
Yeah, it's inherently a charity-based like event for anyone that wants to do it. But like, I mean, technically, we're only giving to charity if people actually donate.
Yeah, that's kind of that thing, right? Does that actually restore my health and stuff? Yes, it did. Alright, cool. It's kind of deceptive. In a lot of like Final Fantasy games and just RPGs in general, they tend to like put save points right before bosses, but then like sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just a save point before like another huge part of the dungeon. So, oh, that's right. That was another thing that really annoyed me about I Am Setsuna. It would do that because like in that game it was more important because the fucking, oh hey, look, world map. There was food items that you could eat to like make the experience you get in the next battle go up, and since boss fights are obviously the things that give you the most experience, that's the optimal place to use food. But the problem is that like you have to like use food right before the battle you think you're going to get into that's a boss fight, but you don't always know. So sometimes like you hit a save point and it's like, oh, by the way, here's this other puzzle you have to do, and then the boss is right after that. Like, god fucking damn it.
Oh, does it wear off?
Well, yeah, if you it only uses it for the next battle, right? So whenever next battle you get in.
I mean, well, okay, what you mean is like there's a puzzle and also there's random encounters.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Well, not random encounters.
Well, yeah, but encounters that are.
There are encounters that were there, not randomly. I don't know why I said random.
Because it's an RPG.
Because that's like sort of an assumption.
Yeah. Also, wow, poison is fucking brutal in this game. Did you see how fast her HP was ticking down?
Yes.
Two.
I believe it.
Oh my god.
Remember that thing I said about this game being hard?
Yeah,
This is the easy part.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. Also, did you know that opening treasure chests just makes entire ships rise up? Out of the water?
Rise up.
Yeah, right. Rise up. Is it relevant, Mega Miner? I'm not sure. I'd be more sure if I clicked on the link. Someone tell me what the link is.
No? Well, let's see.
It's Academia on Charity.
Oh, it's the
it's the
it's the
fucking
Academia on Charity animation.
That is relevant, right? If only he was here. Then he could ramble about how he hates the sick children. But loves the Final Fantasy. Oh, okay, here's the boss. With no warning. Hey, this boss, fucks people sometimes. I remember actually didn't Dacid Bro get fucked by this one?
I forget what
This is the siren.
did and did not get fucked by.
Oh, okay, that's true. It's been a while, I guess.
All I remember Daisuke really getting fucked by was the twist that he accidentally guessed.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
That was, yeah, by far the best thing about that.
Don't worry, I won't spoil that for the stream viewing audience. That's
It's
a
a
good one.
it's a really good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, once we get past that particular part of the game, we should link that
Like-
clip, because that clip is amazing.
If
Yeah.
you think that this game is not going to have anything unexpected just because it's old, that's wrong.
Oh no, yeah, this is the Undertale
Yeah.
of old RPGs.
Don't say that.
I fucking love just having the fun.
This is the
It's
Dark Souls
kind of like
of
the Dark Souls of
Undertale
everything.
likes.
Like, it's Undertale likes. Yeah, it's like a roguelike, but you know, it's Undertale.
Yeah,
like.
it's aping Undertale, but it's kind of, you know,
It's-
Dark Soulsian.
Yep.
It very clearly is Skyrim with pixels.
God
Yeah.
damn it. I fucking love shit like that. Let me describe this game by describing a game entirely unrelated if it's just going to give false expectations.
Hey, look, her hair color is consistent with her model.
Oh, I know. What? Ridiculous. Also,
or model sprite, whatever.
My favorite thing about this is that the only reason that, like, literally the adventure doesn't end right here is because Galuf is forgetful.
Well, he has amnesia. Because
Well,
amnesia.
Also, he forgets
I mean...
things. Because he has amnesia.
Just snap out of it. Stop being so forgetful, they say to the amnesia victims.
Amnesiacs are all just crybabies. But,
Totally.
unexpected benefit, you don't get killed by Siren.
Yep.
Fat chance, Missy. I love Galuf.
Some good dialogue.
Galuf is like the antithesis of all of the other old guy characters that you can think of, except for one part, where he's very much the old guy character.
He's an old guy, but like, I mean, a lot of his personality is unconventional.
What is happening, fellow adventurers? He is very much that guy, except he pulls it off. Hey, little universe!
Hello.
Also, he slaps everyone on the back of the head, because that's a good way to wake up from having your soul sucked out of you. It works. At least it's not fucking Mario RPG, and I didn't have to fight her with nothing but Galuf for like the first 5 turns. That would've sucked! Also, I like how there's little, unique, like, versions of how they just they snapped out of their trance, they came to their senses. Like, okay, it means the same thing, they don't have to be too cute about this. Okay,
This whole game is nothing but being too cute.
First of all, she casts silence on Lena, which is good. I need to think about this for a second. I think when she's in her undead form, only magic hurts her, so I need to save it for that. Or I might be getting that backwards. No, I think I'm right. So something that you'd think, like, intuitively immediately is like, oh, well, once she turns undead, I can just hit her with a Phoenix Down. They thought of that! They actually thought of that.
I mean, there are some games in the Final Fantasy series that don't let you Phoenix down undead things.
But there are, yeah, but it's so weird, like, I always felt like it was an exploit, but they clearly meant to do it. But the weirdest part is that, like, it feels like an exploit, because you can just instantly cheese bosses that are supposed to be really difficult. But then on the other hand, they keep adding it into later Final Fantasy games, but they clearly know that it's a thing. So I don't fucking get it.
That's one of those things where it's like, clearly they were like, okay, the Phoenix Down is obviously, like, too broken for this undead mechanic, so we'll let that not work. But most of the time in most, like, more recent Final Fantasy games, and by that I mean, like, the past 15 years, they've done a whole lot of, like, well, the boss is so late in the game that you just have X potions, which, like, 3 of them will kill it anyway.
Yeah. Fire? Oh, okay, there we go. That's good damage. The only problem is that, Butts here... Oh my god! Wow! Look at the damage! Jesus Christ! Get her back up, I guess? Wow. No, wait, you have to do thing.
Clasp. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Ferris got murked.
Yeah, no fucking joke. Everybody
Ferris,
uses potions open themselves up.
Ferris just got fucked in the butts, as it were.
Oh, wow, Galuf just barely survived. God damn it. Galuf just barely survived that. I don't even know if I should bother using potions. I mean, if they're gonna die, they're gonna die. Pretty much, you know? Like, 50 health isn't gonna save them. So,
Gemini, the secret to winning at this game is you need to be tough. You need to be butts tough.
Okay, there we go. I did it. I was butts tough. If I didn't have Black Mage as my first job, I don't know how I would have done that. You never played any Final Fantasy game? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean...
But so many of them are so good.
There's a lot of them that are pretty good. I mean, basically just pick anyone that's like 10 or below and kind of just go nuts.
Oh, Lena's going to die.
Pick 1, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 10, and you're good. Just don't pick 2, 12, or 13.
Okay, let me rephrase what Scud said a little bit here. Don't pick 1. Don't pick 1 on the NES. That's important. Pick 1 on GBA, if you have to.
No, if you're gonna play 1, play the PSP version.
Oh yeah, do that too, actually. Let me save, by the way.
But you're probably better off.
And play 1, just don't play it first.
Yeah, you're probably better off picking, like, 7, 4, 6, or
Honestly,
like,
if
7,
I
4, 6 is your first ones, probably.
if
Yeah.
I had to say anyone to pick as your first one, 7 or 10.
I would say 4, actually, as a first. But that, I'm a little bit biased because it was my first, but, like, I think it's actually a really good first game, because it's very, like, RPG basics.
Kind of, but at the same time, objectively speaking, I wouldn't subject anyone to any before 7 as their first. Just because they're really old, and that can make it really hard to kind of get around.
It depends,
They are
yeah,
a
it
little old,
depends. It depends totally, is like, how old are you okay, how old of a game are you okay with playing?
Yeah, exactly.
If graphics this crude get, like, and presentation like this gets to you, then you might not want to start with the earlier ones, you might want to jump to the 3D ones. However,
Aha, I made him run away.
honestly, if I was to suggest my favorite one, I'd suggest them because, like, that's my favorite, but
Yeah,
I don't know whether or not I want to editorialize like that.
the one I honestly usually suggest to most people to play first is 10 because it has the least archaic old RPG bullshit and is also just a really well constructed RPG
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
from the ground up.
Where am I going? I'm so scared that I'm, like, actually heading in the wrong direction and there's not a town over here and, like, I'm just gonna get fucked by
But yeah,
enemies.
short of 10, I would say 7 because same type of deal. It's a very well constructed, kind of easy to wrap your head around RPG from the ground up.
7 is especially, yeah, 7 might especially be welcoming because it's actually very easy.
Yeah, 7's pretty easy, but 7 has, like, a few things about it that are a little bit convoluted because you have to deal with the materia system. And it's
yeah,
not,
but
like, much now, but I don't know.
Materia is really good though because it's flexible enough that it offers you freedom without being complicated enough that you never know what's going on.
Yeah, for the most part it is. Like, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
do not
materia
wanna
tricks that I
start with
didn't get my first time
tactics.
going through. No, not tactics.
Yeah, no,
Tactics is very like if you're not familiar with Final Fantasy to begin with, and if you're not familiar with turn-based RPGs, like really like a lot, and also just strategy games, like Final Fantasy Tactics can be very off-putting.
Like, I can
Yeah,
play
they-
Disgaea and I can't play fucking tactics. You
like
kidding me?
Final Fantasy Tactics is your first Final Fantasy game will put you off the series entirely. I'll just tell you that right now.
Probably. There's
like-
a high chance.
Play Tactics eventually, maybe if you don't mind fucking.
Play Tactics if you find yourself suddenly being an enthusiast about the series.
Yeah, like Tactics is not an entry point to this series.
No.
Like
Yeah,
not even
and-
close.
Entry points, oh boy. Hey,
Yeah.
Parker, I disagree. FF Tactics has a lot going for it. Just, it's not an entry point.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of tactics. Most of what tactics has going for it is its writing. I'll be, like, upfront about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the game
And
is
in my,
just
and
esoteric and like bullshit hard for no reason.
yeah,
Thank God for Inns.
and
I never realized after I'm such
War
how
of
much I
the
missed having
Lions.
Inns.
War of the Lions only makes that writing even better. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
War-
had to play any Final Fantasy game, I'd play War of the Lions with, like, a patch to remove slowdown. Because that's really the only thing that game had wrong with it.
War of the
yeah,
Lions, story-wise, is a great experience. It's just also Final Fantasy Tactics, so fucking no.
you still have to put up with a lot of bullshit, you know.
Also, which one? Oh, Adventure. Adventure 1? Oh, like Final Fantasy Adventure? Hello, Zidouche. Yes, it is only me. I am Gemini.
Yeah,
I am here.
Gemini is the only one currently playing.
They're commentating with me. We need items. Now-ish. Like,
Yeah,
more
I
potions.
basically agreed with the thought of 4, 6, or 7 as the entry point, as like good entry points. 4 or
Yeah.
6, and if you're not down with how old 4 and 6 is, then like go with 7. If you're okay with starting like with an old entry point, probably like 4 or 6.
Yeah. Honestly, I think
And,
that
and
would
I
be
mean,
okay,
again,
too.
like I'll append onto that, like at 4, 6, 7, or 10. And again, like I would put 10 first priority personally, because I think mechanically speaking, and in terms of being able to just pick it up and go, it is the best constructed game in the series.
I can kind of agree with that, although
No, nothing new.
I don't know. I'm just like people have some weird opinions about 10.
The PSP version of 4 is probably, for the most part, the best. I'm really bothered by the graphical redesign of 4, actually.
Yeah,
I know it's just me, but, like, I can't do it.
I honestly don't much like the PSP version of 4. If I had to personally say there was a definitive version of 4, I'd say it's the GBA version.
It's
I
hurting
never
my
played the
pockets.
PSP version, so yeah, GBA version.
GBA version. Is very good.
Yeah, definitely don't play the 3D fucking FF4 like the DS version.
No, yeah, don't play that remake.
No, yeah, don't do that. That one's not worth it, I don't think.
Like, I could at least kind of get behind the PSP version, but I still think you'd be better off just playing the GBA version, personally.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. Our spellcaster needs a new robe very badly. I'm not tolerating this. I'd actually sooner buy a shield, because that has an evasion property to it. Want everybody wearing a shield for the most part. And, oh my god, he's not even wearing a leather cap? That's why he almost died. No leather caps! What did I talk about, the leather caps? Alright, cotton robes. Good. I'll sell stuff eventually, maybe. Definitely. To the pub to play the piano, away!
Also,
Thank you, baby.
I was gonna say, by the way, on the topic of Final Fantasy 1, if you play the PSP version of that, it's a really good version to play because you can fucking cheat, like, to high heaven.
Yes, you can. Okay, piano time, guys. Wow, I think even I can play piano better than that, but alright, piano skills leveled up! I didn't realize it was that easy. Dragon's Grass, who cares? One thing these games love doing is putting hidden passages through walls in pubs and places like that, so you just kind of go around and, like, hug walls sometimes. Maybe you'll find a secret. Final Fantasy Advance 1 had a deep... Oh.
Adventure 1.
Adventure
and, I mean, of course it did. It was the first Sega Densetsu game.
Oh, yeah, it was Secret of Mana, basically. Well, it was the first Mana game, which is not really a Final Fantasy game.
It was Sega Densetsu 1.
Yes. Like, it's not that, I wouldn't really say that's like a Final Fantasy game. Also, pay close attention to this model here. You see this kid with the blue hair? This was young, Bart in the flashback. I don't know why. Like, do you see the resemblance? Because I'm not sure I do. Also, hey, look, it's Bart's mom. Literally, again, the same model.
I mean, you only got so many sprites on a GBA cart.
It's true. Or the Super Nintendo, I guess, too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it didn't get any better with fucking GBA.
No, they didn't improve that.
It did get better on iOS, they just got fucking lazy.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
And also did a goddamn piss-poor job of making anything look even decent. By which I mean they didn't at all.
Okay, so basically everything we learned there. I'm stocked up and stuff for the next adventures. Let's go. Essentially, we have to go to the mountain to get dragon grass to find a dragon, because we don't have a boat anymore, so what's better than boating? Flying! I do like it. So I guess that's what's going on. But yeah, actually, I would not suggest Secret of Mana as anyone's first RPG, because that was one of the first RPGs I've ever played, and, oh my gosh! Oh, it's a happy game with rabbits and cute things. Oh my god, is that a fucking Kung Fu wolf who just one-shot me? Within, like, what, 10 minutes of starting? Yeah, that's Secret of Mana for you. That game is terrifying. I mean, Spiky Tiger, 2 words.
First RPG, like, period, my usual recommendation is Paper Mario.
Oh, yeah, I would recommend that too, actually. Not Mystic Quest, actually. Don't ever play Mystic Quest.
I played Mystic Quest as a curiosity and not much else.
Yeah, it was designed to be Babby's first RPG. That's kind of, like, the very condescending manner in which the Japanese marketed it to us, but, like...
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was also designed by Babby's first development team.
Yeah, this is true. Why am I using a knife?
Chrono Trigger's alright.
Chrono Trigger's good. It's a good game. I might also suggest that one as, like, a closer to first RPG, because, again, very basic. There's not a lot of, like, out-of-battle management you need to do in that game.
Yeah, although I wouldn't recommend it as a first, just because, I feel like that game needed experience with some experience in the genre.
Maybe, yeah, because there's, like, the dual text thing that you kind of have to work out. But it's very simple for the most part. I mean, party members have roles and they fulfill them, and, like, I guess that's kind of, like, the metric I'm using when talking about whoever's, like, what their first RPG experience should be, is, like, alright, so... what has the least, like, out-of-battle management and choices that you need to make? Like, these are party members, they just have those rules and they do them, which is like, alright, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy IX, 6, to an extent, although 6 is a little bit also, like, make your own party type thing, so it's a little bit of a fusion there. And, you don't want 5. I think we've been over that.
Don't ever play 5 as your first. In fact, play 5 or 6 different Final Fantasy games before you even touch 5, because otherwise, and even including at that point, you will get wrecked.
Also, look, it's the best enemy in a video game. It's a Galacat.
Yep.
It's a cat with wings, like fucking Acme ass.
Yeah,
Wily the Coyote wins.
Speaking of things that Final Fantasy XIV got from Final Fantasy V.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I recognized this one immediately. I was like, oh my god, it's the Gaelic Cats. The best enemy. And it's dead now. Also, I think here is the first enemy you can blue magic anything from. Yeah, there they are. The headstones. So, funny note about these guys, so how blue magic works in this game. You're not going to get a chance to see it because I didn't get a blue mage, but essentially you have to have an enemy hit you with an ability and then you learn that ability. Like, it's a whole enemy ability class, right? The headstones are the first guys you can get abilities from, but it's not that one that they just used there, corner. It's, I forget exactly which one it is. It's a spell of some kind, though. But the trick is that these guys don't actually have enough MP to cast it ordinarily in, like, the regular encounters with them, so you have to use an ether on them. You have to give them MP before they can cast it. Yell at Flash, that's the one. It's not even that good of an ability, but it's such a strange, like, first blue magic ability to be able to get. Don't understand. Gold Needle. You only made as far as the start of World 2 and re-rolled your game. Oh yeah, well, to be fair, I never even made it that far. I'm doing a freaking Fiesta challenge, and I only ever, made it to the Fire Crystal.
Yeah, I've made it to World 3 twice. I've still never beaten the game out of the, like, 5 or 6 times I've played it.
Oh my goodness. It's crazy to think about. Oh, god damn it, cat from behind. Why does everything do so much damage?
Because you're playing Final Fantasy V.
It's ridiculous.
Like, I cannot stress this fact enough. I'd say it all the time.
My accuracy
This is possibly the hardest game in the series.
Yeah, I would believe it. Why is everyone missing? Oh my god, what's the accuracy cap for turn Gaelic Cat? We do need to have an entire Gaelic Cat team in Raid, I think so. It's the next logical conclusion after the Gobbies, I think. What is Neptunia 7? Well, an RPG, obviously, but like, I haven't...
I'm assuming whatever the 7th, like, Hyperdimension Neptunia game is.
Oh, maybe it's a Hyperdimension game. That would make sense. Ow! 2 new cat scratches were nearly fatal. Jesus Christ.
Apparently Mega Dimension Neptunia 7.
Oh, Mega Dimension
Google
Neptunia, right.
brings up.
I might be going the wrong way, or I might be going the right way, which is worse than going the wrong way
Yeah,
because you miss items.
That series is a little too off the rails for me.
That was really dumb. So if you walk into that grass, it's poison. They're trying to teach you that early on, but I'm an idiot and I walked into it. So I'd use all 4 of my antidotes on that. Not having a white mage is really bad. Like, it makes this very difficult. As you might expect. Let's just use Thunder. This was back in the days where, like, things like that were simple. I have Thunder, I can cast it on one enemy for, like, maximum effect, or, like, all the enemies for, you know, split effect. It's not like Final Fantasy's, oh, well, sorry, you can only cast fucking fire on all once if you have the all materia fucking socketed to it also.
Well, in fairness, it was determined by the level of the materia, which was simple enough.
Well, yeah, there is that, but, like, still, it's like... I mean, it's kind of neat because I don't think it split damage, at least in the case of the... Oh my god, no, it's a cockatrice! Shit! Kill it!
And, like,
kill it now!
And, like,
kill it with fire!
You only actually got to cast an infinite number of all spells with, master level all materias after your first, like, 2 or 3, because you always sold your first 2 or 3.
Well, yeah. Also, if anyone's wondering why I freaked out so much there, cockatrices are infamous in Final Fantasy games for having, Petrify ability. In the first Final Fantasy game, the first time you encounter them, they can literally wipe your party in 1 turn. Because you're not, like, expecting it. Not good, is what I'm trying to say. Also, hey, here's a boss I'm really fucking not prepared for at all. I'm probably gonna get bodied by this. Why can't you change your party members? Oh, wait, you mean, like, their jobs? Because that's the limitation of the 4-job Fiesta. Yeah, there's a lot of auto-attacking while they're, freelancers. There are some great combos you can do in this game, like with Time Mage and, like, double attack, and, like, you can just keep attacking for, like, fucking 40 hits or some dumb bullshit in this game. If you get the right combination of things. Problem is, since I'm doing a natural run, probably never gonna see that. Ferris is dead, also. Not just kidding. Scaling rock cliffs is pretty easy, I guess. See,
To be fair, there appear to be plenty of footholds there.
that's true, yeah. Action sequences like that, by the way, are something that would translate, like, not very well in 3D. Because can you imagine, like, them just, like, running across a fucking, like, tightrope? Kind of silly. Also, so Lena starts this fight out poisoned, and I don't have an antidote, so this is gonna be a pain in the
I'm
ass.
sorry, have you seen the wedding battle in Final Fantasy X?
Well, yeah, there was that. They did grind on the rails like fucking Sonic, but, you know, that's a different story.
They would just do something like that instead, like
Goddamn.
play it up. Have them slide down a rope.
This is a pain in the ass. I don't have any antidotes for Lena, so we're just going to have to try and brute force our way through this. I don't know if she's weak to any magic, so let's just try everything. Oh god, critical attack. Why? It didn't hurt that much, actually. Like, the Gallicats actually hit harder, I think. I think all magic is equal here, probably. Have I got the Ice Rod back? Oh, I didn't get the Ice Rod, damn. That's right, I forgot there was, like, a thing I could have found there. Well, there's Magissa. So I think what this does is place her in the back row, also, which means that I can only... Oh, there we go. That's fine. She's dead. Or, I'm sorry, it's Forza. Magissa was the one we were fighting. Forza may or may not body me. Is he weak to anything? This is not like the Final Fantasy V run-through of the Seasoned Veteran. This is the Final Fantasy V run-through of the I haven't played this game in 5 years. And even then I only ever got, like, the Fire Crystal, so, I'm kind of feeling around in the dark a little bit here.
Yeah, and that's pretty early, so you're gonna be flying by the seat of your pants for most of this game.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Like, I never got to the battle on the big bridge or any of that. Ferris is dead, great. That kind of hurt. Let me guess. No, I don't have any Phoenix Downs. Well, I guess she's just not getting experience for this fight then. Whatever. Assuming I win. At all. Seems to have a lot of HP. Oh! That could be bad. That could be really bad. Oh, okay, we won. Holy shit. It's okay. It's only important...
Hasn't lost yet. Impressive.
It's only important that Bart's survived that to get the ABP. That's okay. I haven't lost per se, but I need to get back to the save point and, like, save, because otherwise, like, I could probably run into a random battle here that'll just flat out kill me. Like this, actually. A lot like this. And I'm not taking that chance. Why don't I have any antidotes? It hurts. Okay, what do you want to bet? Tents don't revive people.
I bet they don't.
They probably don't.
I believe they do.
Are you sure? I'm going to spend a tent trying. I'm going to save first, though. That's why not. We're going to see. 189 damage, or 186 damage. Yeah, he fucked me up, man. Tackle. Oh, they do.
The douche says they do.
Yeah.
Oh, so they do. Wow, they were... And status ailments, too? Oh my god, it's fucking Christmas.
Yeah,
I was not
I
expecting
mean-
that out of this game. I thought it was gonna be mean.
But look, this game's gotta be forgiving to some degree.
That's true. Freaking Setsuna doesn't even do that.
Like,
Actually, I suppose
if,
from a...
if save points can't be, like, the one safe haven they give you, like, this game would just be stupid.
I suppose
It's
that
already
makes some
stupid.
sense.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking that, although, I don't know. I was thinking it would make more sense out of an older game to expect that it didn't, because I would think that they wouldn't program a special concession for the tents, because, like, once a party member is dead, like, their health can't increase until they are not dead.
Yeah, with the exception, there's only one old school RPG I can think of where that's not true, and it has one of the most unorthodox ways of doing that I can think of. And it's, in Live Alive, there is no actual, like, there's no death status. It's just that when your HP reaches 0, like, any HP restorative abilities will restore HP like if it was 1 or 2 or whatever, right? So you can bring people back from the dead just by using regular, like, cures. The only difference is in that game, if your corpse gets hit when you're at 0 health, it disappears forever, and there's no bringing you back for the rest of that battle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's kind of a trade-off. But no, that's the only game I can think of that does something like that.
Yeah, all I know is there was a certain point in Final Fantasy games and a lot of RPGs where instead of having it in, like, add to the HP, it just started setting it to full whether you were dead or not.
They fucked you enough, it's nice for them to give you at least a little reach around like that. It's true. Very true. I mean, like... Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm kind of with DeVito on this one in that, like, it just says recovers HP and MP, and it's one of those things where it's like, no, that's all it does. If you're dead, you're dead, you know? It's not gonna cure your status ailments or, you know... But yeah.
Yeah, I was just going based on memory, like, I was almost certain this game did.
That's pretty nice. By the way, fear of flying, try riding on a giant fucking dragon. It'd be great. By great, I mean horrifying.
Imagine doing it on a dragon that's maybe the size of 2 people, with 4 people on its back.
that too? Oh my god, I'd probably fall off.
Imagine doing it on a dragon?
Yes, with 3 other people.
Yeah, with 3 other people.
And possibly also the dragon.
Let's not go nuts.
What is even the point if the dragon's not gonna get involved?
You know what? Maybe it's to have the only way of accomplishing the whole Mile High Club thing back in fucking medieval times. I don't know, man. Oh, I guess there were airships. Which 4-job Fiesta is it where, like, all 4 characters use the first crystal you roll and then water crystal you use 2 and 2? I think that might just be a normal run. But I don't know if it's 2 and 2 for normal runs. I forget, it might be. Like, honestly, I was a little bit confused as to how the normal runs worked, which is partially why I didn't do it. But yeah, I don't know. That does sound like just normal to me, though. I wonder where the ice rod was, by the way, that I missed here. Maybe it was in the pub after all. Oh, wait, no, the antidote. You know you're in an old school RPG now. Run around and fucking check barrels. Boxes everywhere. Check them. No, I'm not. I'm not supposed to run 4 black mages because, I'm running a natural run. RPGs aren't usually my thing in all honesty. Oh, yeah. I feel you on this one of the universe. Honestly, it's just like a... Which one's better? It's kind of just one of those difference of opinions type things where, like, I always liked RPGs because it's, yeah, there's set damage that you do, but there's still, like, a lot of decisions you have to make on a move-to-move basis about whether or not you use an attack or whether or not you heal or, like, a lot of things, essentially. Like, that actually cause it to still be challenging without, like, having grinding being literally the only point of the challenge, if that makes sense. It's actually, I think, a lot more fun to play through RPGs where you don't grind, because then you have to be a lot more creative during boss fights.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's...
The system of battle itself doesn't entail that you have to grind.
Yeah,
that's totally a game design decision outside. There are games, there are RPGs with tons of different battle systems, and like that doesn't strictly govern whether or not they're grindy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to enjoy RPGs for actually exactly the opposite reason, in that a lot of times I find there's a strategic aspect to them, and so if I die, it's because I made a misstep, and I can see where I made the wrong step.
Yeah.
Like, I can think my way through battles instead of grinding, because grinding is boring.
Oh, yes, okay, somebody is putting the whip on.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on, like, what kind of approach you take to problem solving.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with RPGs, then you may play an RPG, and then you die in a fight, so it's like, you may think, oh, the logical, like, because of the way this game works, where, like, I don't have much control over what my characters do, I just tell them to attack, and then they attack, then you're like, okay, I must have to grind.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I mean, and that's kind of the mix-up, is like, that could be true for some games, but it could turn out that you're just not approaching the battle correctly.
Yeah.
But and that's all tied, and like whether or not you realize it is all tied to how familiar you are with RPGs.
Yeah,
much, yeah.
Part of the problem with the grinding mentality too is not enough games have done enough to kind of dissuade people from wanting to grind to make things easier.
Yeah, it's a way that RPGs lower the barrier to entry, is like allowing grinding.
Yeah, that's a good way to think.
It's not always mandated, but like it's a useful thing. If people don't get how to strategically approach a battle, then allow them to just level up beyond what they need, and I mean, with a greater time investment, they're able to see the same content as a better player.
Yeah. Also, hey,
Not
fire.
all games would do that.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, that's like...
There are plenty of games, like action games, where you don't get to see content that is above your skill level.
Unless
if
like,
you don't have
easier difficulty or something.
Well, then arguably you're not seeing the same content? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, you could argue the same thing about grinding, right? Because you can skip a lot of phases and turns if you're too powerful.
Yeah, that's true. It's a weird type of subject, but
yeah. I personally like RPGs
that type of subject.
You can completely tailor it. It's not like an easy mode where some things feel too easy, but then some things feel just right. In an RPG, if you're something you can't overcome, you just have choices on how to deal with it. You could either figure out what to do, or you could spend time grinding to make it like so you don't have to. It's nice to have options.
Yeah, for me personally, like, my favorite points of RPGs are always generally the bosses, and moreover, especially the super bosses. Because super bosses in particular, it's like, okay, now you're at a point in the game where you can't grind to overcome it, you actually have to think.
Yeah. I kind of just like the whole treasure hunting exploration part of it too, and the dungeons and stuff. Also, I'm going to go fight Cheetah now. So that, oh my god! Run away! Run away! Holy shit! Get the fuck out of here! Oh no! One step, two step, 3 step, 4, 5, out of the dungeon. Okay, that's why we're not going down there.
They told you not to go in.
They did warn me. What did the switch do? Wait, did he tell me not to press the switch either? There's a switch here. I just pressed the switch. What have I done? Hey, look, it's Lone Wolf! No.
It was not GG.
It was
BG.
I'm not letting Lone Wolf out. Oh, there are other people you can let out of the jail too, who I think might actually give something to you. But I don't remember. Do you know anything about this, Scud?
I don't know that you can let them out of the jail.
Normally without a thief, you don't live there. Yeah, I got really lucky. It says that I can. Well, it says that I can.
None of them are notorious for stealing things from you, so I don't...
Okay, well,
like,
I mean...
unless there are chests in their cells, I have no idea.
Okay, I'll open it up for him. Or I'll try.
Like,
this guy's a nutball, we better leave him in here.
As long as you don't let Lone Wolf out, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, no, I can't let him out. I tried. They even, like, they trick you, because Lone Wolf has, like, a pot in his room, which you'd be like, alright, there's a cool item in there. No. Just disappointment, lots of that. So I think that... Or no, wait, Shiva's around here, right? Okay.
She's behind the waterfall in the back.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was trying. So that basement was not where I was supposed to be looking to go.
No,
Anyways.
that basement is other stupid, ridiculously hard bullshit that you can just kind of wander into.
Great. Can I sleep here? Oh yeah, if you ever run into a monster called a jackanapes, you're up a creek. I know! I was definitely up a creek! Jesus Christ. Yeah, the exploration aspect of RPGs is really nifty too. Like, what just happened to me? It's a lot of fun to almost die to things. Don't take my word for it, take this book. It's in the book. No, yeah, don't let Lone Wolf out. I know that much, at least, thankfully. I'm not that, handicapped coming in here, thankfully. And I don't mean mentally handicapped, I mean informationally handicapped. On my way, dude. I got wrecked very hard, it was very, very bad. Did I ever? No, I haven't gone down the staircase yet. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything in here, because Lord knows. Yeah, I know. Alright, talking about Shiva, I know Shiva's around here somewhere. There's a Phoenix down, I desperately needed that. There's a tent, I probably desperately needed that.
Yeah, I mean, you can get through there without actually having to fight any of those things and totally get the item, but...
Yeah, but it's hard because running away is a little bit randomized, so, like, I could just die in the first encounter, maybe.
If you had a thief, it wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, because they have a assured run, right?
Yeah, but you don't, because for a job Fiesta.
Yep.
Live and let live.
Hanging on to you tomorrow and all that. Oh, wait a minute. Fucking
That's not the song.
So you guys
Also,
I won't go so easy on you next time.
God damn it.
That times a billion.
Also, no Shiva, or are you just saving?
I'm going to an inn because I'm not fighting Shiva with dead fucking, like, Lena and dead Ferris.
Ah, you can do it.
Murdered by jackanapes, ripping pepperoni. Good lord. So no, I'm gonna try and fight Shiva. I remember having trouble with Shiva on my actual save file where I, like, actually ground and shit, so I'm gonna get bodied. Even though I have a black mage with fire magic, it's not gonna go well.
No, it's not. Like, you
Oh, the thief's speed, okay, yeah.
you're not technically supposed to fight Shiva until later.
I don't think so, yeah.
See, Z-douche being around is like... is clearly throwing a wrench into this, because he just knows so much more about this than any of us do.
Well, it's not throwing so much a wrench as it is very helpful.
It's also, yeah. It's also harder to make commentary.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh,
It's
so it
like-
really increases attack.
I say something that's clearly wrong, like implying that people have the flee ability, and it's like, actually, nobody has the flee ability yet.
That's true.
I don't actually have a problem with it, it's just entertaining.
Oh, no, yeah, it's great. Nobody can wear mithril armor, which is interesting, because I thought freelancers could, but... Oh, that's a mithril helm, I'm an idiot. I didn't have armor at all. Alright. So what's going to give me the best chance of surviving here? I can't even afford battle axes, which is gonna suck, because, like, I probably need them. But whatever, I'm gonna try doing it with what I've got, more or less.
Yeah.
Like, if I could afford mithril armor and, like, mithril axes and all that good shit, then I would. But, I can't. What the fuck? Oh yeah, it's this thing. That's Garula. Don't tease Garula, guys. Remember not to tease it. If you ever find one, don't do it.
Not tease it.
No, stop! What I tell you about teasing Garula? Please do not bully. Time and summon magic, yep. Because Summoner is something we get from the Water Crystal, which I guess it's assuming I do first before I do something fucking boneheaded like fight Shiva.
Just watches FFV streams all month, that's crazy.
That's great. This one's good because it's interactive. Most are Snorefest. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking about the stream? Well, thank you. It keeps me sane to talk to other people. Otherwise, I might as well just be playing the game literally by myself. Oh, yeah, Transistor's combat system was cool.
That generally is just the pitfall of games with random battles, to be honest. A lot of them don't do enough to make it feel not just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, like, oh, I have Meltdown. Time to use Meltdown!
About Transistor?
Well...
I
yeah.
don't even know. Meltdown wasn't a skill in Transistor.
No, not in... I'm not talking about Meltdown in Transistor, I'm saying, like, we were talking about...
Meltdown. No, I was asking because I legitimately forgot. And
Oh. No, I don't
answer
think...
my question.
Sorry. I was
God
like,
damn it.
She was saying, like, how
I already
a lot
feel
of
like
battles
enough of an idiot tonight.
Sorry, she was saying how battles, like, feel repetitive, but she really liked Transistor's battle system.
No, I was wondering what are you referring to with Meltdown?
Oh, Final Fantasy games. Or also,
okay.
actually, I Am Setsuna has Meltdown, too, as a reference.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those spells.
Because
that,
Meltdown sounded like a Transistor skill. I was like, there's isn't one I forgot, right? It's been a little bit. I
No,
don't know.
it's
not
like
even-
yeah.
I wouldn't forget a powerful one. I know all the fucking powerful combos in Transistor.
No, yeah, like, fucking, no, it's up here, right? Meltdown is one of those lesser-known, like, black magic nuke abilities in Final Fantasy games. Like, Scud, it was in 8, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was pretty much required to beat Omega Weapon in pretty much any strategy you use for it.
Yeah, isn't that great? I think, well, Meltdown's had, like, a secondary property of, like, defense down, didn't it? Or
Yeah,
am I... oh,
yeah, it lowered all defense stats, I believe, in 8.
right, okay.
It at least lowered physical defense, but I believe it lowered all of them.
Wow, Garula sounds like a great guy. I don't think I'd want to tease him, though, McParker. Play your Steam version of 5. Yeah, it's true. And you might as well, right? Like, again, it's a personal pet peeve for me that I don't really like the graphical redesign of 5 on Steam. Damn, Lena is whipping like nobody's business. Silly Ice Soldier. Blizzard can't hurt black mages. Even though I don't think their magic defense is any higher than it was. I fucking hate this run.
But yeah, generally as far as turn-based RPGs go, the best ones are the ones that can actually alleviate the whole, like, everything feels the same. Final Fantasy X kind of introduces enough variety in the whole switching out characters because of strengths and weaknesses thing that it doesn't really feel that bad for most of the game.
Yeah, although it is a little bit like, oh, here's this armored enemy, alright, switch an aura and use
But
it.
yeah, I mean, well, they also give you flee really early, so if that does bother you, you can still just kind of live and let live.
That's true. And grinding is not necessary at all in that game in particular because, like, there are people who routinely do, like, level 1 sphere crit challenges.
Yeah, although there are certainly a couple of sticking points in that game where if you ran away from everything, you will get fucked.
Well, I suppose,
There are plenty of games where people do, like, low-level challenges or something, but, like, in casual play, like, they are definitely grindy.
That's true. I don't know if I don't think I'd qualify 10 as that, but I can understand. Like, there's a couple points where, like, you will have a hard time if you don't understand how to fight the boss otherwise. Like the, what's his face on top of the airship. Which gives most people a bad time.
Yeah. Evra is one of the harder fights in that game.
Oh yeah, it's referred to as Merton in 6, I forgot about that, because the Woolsey translation was so bad. Like, what the fuck's a Merton? It's like, oh, it's Meltdown. Alright.
I mean, A, the translation was bad, B, like, even if the translation hadn't been bad, it would have been bad because they had character limits.
That's true. Well, that's why it was Medio in 4, right? Which actually stuck so much that Medio became, like, the go-to spell name for
McParker, there was the hardest boss in Final Fantasy X, Unalesca.
Yeah, Unalesca is pretty difficult.
Yeah, Unalesca is a real pain in the ass. Alright, let's get bodied.
First death of the night, everybody.
Okay,
let's
hold
go.
on a second. I need to think about this for a second. She has 3 ice commanders. I think they're all weak to fire, probably. I hope. They all got preemptive strikes, more or less, so that's a good start. Okay, Blizzara just fucking killed Galuf. We have to get rid of these ice soldiers right now. I probably should be, like, doing it one at a time, but I'm not. Oh, wow, good block. Holy shit. I have 1 Phoenix down, so, well, I hope Galuf is the only one who dies all fight. Oh, boy. Not looking like that's the case. Please let this kill them. Oh my god, these ice soldiers have how much health? Per? Uh-oh.
Enough.
Too much. There goes Lena. And there's a Blizzara, which is going to, I think, kill both Galuf and Ferris. Yep, down they go. Just fire everybody. No! Okay. Yeah, there's a reason why you don't do that. There's a reason why you don't do that fight. Rip in pieces. Holy shit.
Like I said, first death of the night.
Yeah, tennis is also not, like, that long of a game, but it's, you know... Anyways, we're just gonna ignore that. I think that was convincing enough that, like, that's not happening. We need to go to the winch? Wait, no, we need to go to the, water shrine, which is... There was a meteor that landed somewhere in the cutscene. Oh, here it is, okay.
Honestly, attacks missing in RPGs was only ever really rampant in the super old ones. It was not overly common in a lot of, like, PS1 and PS2 RPGs.
Wait, I can't...
Yeah, and most of the time, like... Yeah, most of the time in PS1, PS2 era, like, if you miss an attack, you either got, like... I mean, there's, like, super low chance it might happen, but most of the time you only miss an attack because of some, like, mechanic happening.
Yeah.
Like, you're not able to hit this type of enemy with that type of attack, so it misses.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, like, you are afflicted with an ailment that doesn't allow you to hit a physical attack or something, so it misses.
Yeah, like, for example, you're blinded, so physical
Yeah.
attacks will miss, but, like, that's obviously straightforward. Completely randomly missing things tends to be uncommon,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
not excessively rare, the newer the game gets.
Whip them.
Yeah, the trend in newer RPGs was like enemies have like a random chance to miss you, but you, unless there is a mechanic in place, do not really have a random chance to miss them.
Yeah, it does depend on the game, but for the most part, like, that's true. So, I'm afraid we have no choice, you guys. I think we're going to have to go and bully Garula. Oh boy. So I think there's a way to get both of these chests since Maiden's Kiss. There's probably a hidden exit or entrance around here somewhere. But I actually don't know how. I might have to drop down from the upper floor to get that one, actually, so whatever. We'll figure it out. Oh, I thought he was just upstairs, but no, like, damn, there's a lot of freaking... Okay, I don't like this at all. What makes them elf toads exactly? They don't have pointy ears. I don't get it. Also, it's a good thing to escape from battles every now and again, because I need to power up that good old chicken knife for later in the game, preemptively. Because unless I get a knight, I'm probably not taking the Brave Blade, for a lot of reasons. That one does require you to grind a lot. Oh my god. Just as soon as we talked about, like, your party members can't miss, all of a sudden Lena misses her whip. Great. 10 out of 10.
Well, you never said about this game.
That's
This
true.
game's
I mean,
old.
This game is...
This is an older game where A, back row, lower accuracy,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
and B, higher difference between your level and enemy level, higher accuracy requirement.
Also true.
Like, it's starting with the PS1 era, though, that became kind of a very uncommon thing.
A lot less common, though, yeah.
You don't... Technically, you don't have to pay Yojimbo, I'm pretty sure. Technically.
I
You
think
can
pay
get
him-
Yojimbo. Aren't you able to technically get Yojimbo without paying if you, like, do the battle, like, obscenely well?
It might just scale down to 1 gil.
Yeah,
Eventually,
Basically.
but I forget.
eventually.
Like, and I remember...
It's definitely, it works on a curve.
You mean the chicken knife that we never make it to? No, I'm totally gonna make it to the chicken knife. I mean, I never made it to the chicken knife before in my runs, because I stopped at the fire shrine, but hey,
He's
I'll make it
feeling
now.
lucky tonight.
You gotta prepare in advance, man, alright?
Feeling saucy.
If you don't run from the battles in advance, like...
But
you're
yeah,
in deep potato soup.
Yojimbo is a really wacky part of FF10.
He is, he's great. That Yojimbo.
Like, you... Luckily he is optional content, so, I mean... If you don't wanna get him, I mean, really, like, if you have problems with paying money for things, paying an obscene amount of money for things, then why are you getting Yojimbo? He only does attacks when you pay money.
That's true, yeah. You can pay him
Yeah,
1 gil,
I mean-
but usually he'll just send his dog after
He'll
things.
just fucking, yeah.
Short of for completion, and I mean, even that, like, it's basically to get it the cheapest, the first 2 offers he gives you, you negotiate down to half plus 1 gil.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
the third offer he gives you, you negotiate that down to 0.7 times, and that'll be like the lowest amount.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
there you go.
You can't negotiate him down too low. Oh no, Garula's bullying other people, so we need to bully Garula.
Wait, are we serious about what?
Oh, Gelstead.
I'm wondering, is this just gonna be the thing? Galef is always the first one to drop
Yeah,
dead.
he's just dropping like a stone. I don't know, man.
They just hate Galef.
Nobody likes Galef.
It's like, clearly he is on the verge of dying. He is so old.
I was gonna say
Might
he's
as
the
well
old
put him
man, so
down.
like, you know, there's the stereotypes right there. Did I have a high potion or something? I already have enough HP that I would like love a 100 HP cure right now. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't drop that again. Well, it's, yeah, a lot of it is about, like, very rarely will RNG like that completely fuck you over and make it so that you, like, there was nothing you can do about it. It's a lot of controlled chaos, is the best way I can put it. It's like you're controlling, like, you have to take calculated risks that you might miss attacks or certain things like that. and be able to, like, kind of adapt and account for when attacks do miss, and be like, okay, so that missed, now what am I gonna do? Sometimes it can be the difference between life or death, though, and that's never great, but hey, you know. Sometimes in life you gotta take chances. Can I heal, please? No, you're too old for this shit. Far too old for it. He's gonna try and use Beat the Thunder. It's the only spell I haven't tried yet. Also, I paralyzed him with the whip, which is fucking awesome, and I love this thing. Lena, never get a job, even though I know you're about to get a job as soon as we clear this temple. Oh. Hey, Galuf blocked the second part of that, so he didn't die. He's breaking the mold. Dies evilly. All magic. How much health does this jackass have? Like, I know I'm not supposed to bully him.
You want to actually know?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I can look it up.
Oh my god, what is... Oh, Galuf's dead again. And Lena's health is draining really fast. Because I think she's, like, bleeding or something? I don't know what that status is.
Rush. Oh. She's afflicted. She's afflicted with prog rock.
Oh god. Oh no. Fight it, Lena. Oh boy, she's gonna die. Oh, down she goes. Come on, no.
I actually know how much HP it has now.
Do I have a chance?
It's 1200.
Oh Jesus. I don't remember how much I've done so far. Why was the save point so much earlier?
Cause fuck you.
God, he's getting like 2 turns for every one of my 1. This is fucking ridiculous. Something tells me I'm only delaying the inevitable with this, but whatever. I'll try it anyways. Okay. No, we did it. It's fine.
You actually did. Alright.
It's just, again, most important that Bart survives to get the ABP. Everyone else can die, whatever. Stop making me hungry by talking about what?
Galuf being dead.
Prog Rock? Galuf being dead? Yeah, that's the one, you're right. I might have no choice. Although, actually, funny enough, the night kind of has to end here. I'm sort of forced,
yeah.
Because I didn't realize how fast I was going to get to the water crystal.
Well, to be fair, it's been 2 hours.
Wait, you were gonna stop at the water crystal?
Well, here's the problem, right? Kadamia's not awake, so he can't tweet for the next job, so, like, I have to stop here.
Wait, why does Kadamia have to be the one to tweet for the next job?
I'm using Kadamia's account for this, because, like, on the 4-job Fiesta thing, it gives you an account that links to your Twitch page.
Yeah, so
it's
it won't
simpler
record
if
it
we keep the
unless...
social media together.
Yeah, well, it won't record it unless Kadamia is the one who tweets it.
Yeah, so that's fine. I mean, it's okay, but...
Yeah, we got through some.
We did, yeah. A fire crystal's gonna explode too? Man, I think they're all gonna explode. That
Wow, voting for grinding.
Yeah, people are voting that I grind. You see, the problem is, like, actually, since I came here and fought the boss, I can't do that anymore. I can't do anything anymore until I get my next job. The only thing I can do is just go outside and save, basically.
It's true.
So, the last time they just gave us all of these time we'd have to just fucking go around and pick them up. Pick up the pieces. This is where we can possibly get Berserker, by the way. I'm crossing my fingers for Time Mage. Or Summoner, something like that. Oh, Scud, can you tell me what's up with this?
What?
It's like, you see this one up here? I don't think I can get to that. Like, there's a crystal up here, and I can't get to it.
Oh, no, you can't.
Why?
To taunt you.
I know it's not even one of the jobs, but, like, fucking hell, man.
Like I said, it's to taunt you.
Yeah. Well, tower's sinking.
I really hope that you get, like, really good jobs, because otherwise I don't think you're going to get anywhere.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, right? I've been doing okay so far. We just escaped from... Well, Texas just sank into the ocean, but besides that, I mean, I think we're doing alright.
Fuck Texas.
Yeah, fuck it, man. I don't even have Sonic Ball installed anymore. Although if I did, I might... Hey, look, it's Sildra! The giant head of the sea monster is still alive, and it's eating us. Yeah, get inside the mouth of the giant sea serpent. Good idea. The end. Guys, real life isn't like Yoshi's Island. You don't just get, like, eaten by frogs and then you can just fucking throw some eggs at their uvulas and get out, alright? It's not that simple. Or I guess it could be that simple, I don't know. So yeah, Sildra doesn't just die once in this game. Sildra dies twice. This time for realsy reals. A sea monster so nice, the author killed her twice. Thanks a lot. Well, it did. It was clearly Texas. I mean, it was the exact same, like, points and everything. Including their shrines, Mick Parker, their crystal shrines. Are they bigger in Texas than anywhere else?
Texas got the bigger crystals.
Damn right.
Yep, totally.
Absolutely. Fact.
I looked it up.
Yep, right now, just right now on Wikipedia, I looked that up.
Yeah.
Believe me, you won't.
Okay.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. Step up to the challenge of believing.
Believe me, you won't. Okay, in and then save, and then that's it. I can't even go and challenge Shiva, it's against the rules.
Yeah, this wasn't... I just assumed, would, like, be tweeting from your account, but...
Yeah, yeah, if this was better thought out... How did you even
get this set up if Kadamia wasn't around?
Well, he was around when I got it set up. I had this set up a while ago, I just, like, was finding a day to do it.
Oh, well...
to, like, kick it off and shit.
I mean,
but,
if the perfect day to do it was a day that Kadamia wouldn't be around, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's
that
interesting,
kind of clashes.
It did clash a little bit. That's one of those things, though, like, it's like, well, Kadamia's not around, so what else do I do? I guess I can just do the 4-top Fiesta, that's kind of chill, and it's like, but then since he's also not around, I can't... It's interesting. I'll figure something out for this, though, don't worry about it. But anywho... Listen, it was just an accident to literally knock you out with food, but if we cook this, it'll definitely go good. Why didn't you just eat Nanako's science project, Nick Parker? That's the only logical choice.
Defiantly go good.
Oh yeah,
Apparently.
defiantly. Wow. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's Sunday. I could just call it for the night. I think that's fair, right?
Yeah, everybody's tired from going to church and whatnot.
You're tired from going to church, right? Yeah, I can understand that. There's criticals also, though, Little Universe. And actually, the set amounts of damage in battle, like, are, you know, add more to the strategy element, I suppose. I mean, you might like games that have more action RPG-ish elements, like, the Mario and Luigi series, or even, like, Super Mario RPG, or things with, like, timed attacks.
Or Tails.
Or yeah, the Tails games, right? Yeah.
Tails, yeah.
Yeah, Star Ocean. I think, actually, Zdoosh was talking about that earlier.
There's plenty of variety in the genre.
Mm-hmm. That there be. Like, there's plenty of things you can poke around in if one or two things don't. Like, I know Mitty actually is not a big fan of RPGs either for, like, his own reasons. But there's still, like, a couple RPGs I think he enjoys, so, like, it's just about finding what you like.
Yep.
Transistor was good, so, you know.
Find the games that best overcome the problems you have with the games you've played.
I mean, you know, we can suggest things, but yeah, that's about it, the long and short of it. Final Fantasy might not be your thing, if it just kind of, like, actually bothers you. I've just always kind of had an affinity for turn-based RPGs. They were one of the first genres I ever played, and, like, it was so much fun. Even though, like, it was really grindy, for some reason, it just never bothered me.
Yeah, I've been a fan of them for fucking ever.
And I do say, actually, some games have so many options that you have in combat that even grinding can become fun. Final Fantasy VI is one of those. Where, like, there's just so much you can do in those battles, and there's so many ways you can set up your party, and it's a lot of fun to just fuck around in that game. But anyways, sorry guys, and well, specifically sorry Mr. Board McParker, but I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and specifically Zdoosh also for laying down that information for us. We'll be streaming 5-Drop Fiesta again at some point in time, so if you're ever in the mood for watching another Final Fantasy V stream, just kinda, you know, we'll be around, is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, look forward in the future.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, for now, have a good night, everybody, and take care. We'll see you again next week.
Good night, everybody.
Right.